Yeah, I seen an even funnier one yesterday saying he wants to make me piss me pants. That one made me laugh because he done it into someone in his first ever fight, but that's our job, you know what I mean? We're in here to hurt each other, you know what I mean? We're not having a pillow fight, we're having a fight, and I know I'm gonna hurt him, and I know I am, so if he wants to try and hurt me, he can. That's what we're here for. That's the name of the game. He won't be physically the same after this fight. I will. I'll be exactly the same. I'm gonna put a beat down on him like he's never received, and I can promise you that. But it was just another fight to me. When a contract with a name on gets sent to me, I sign it. I don't turn down no fight. I step up and I fight the person whose name's on the contract. I thought I was going to fight Justin in October in Abu Dhabi, but I think he turned it down. And then now there's a belt on the line. He's taking the fight. So it's nice to actually fight someone that I thought I was going to fight a while back.
Paddy dropped that line from day one about Scousers being impossible to knock out. Now with this fight coming up, just how badly does he want to shut down everyone who doubted that claim?
Yeah, you don't have to be a doctor to know that if you have a brain, you can get shut off if I just shake it. And so I'll show him, you know, if I could shake his head and make his brain touch his skull, he's going to go to sleep.
We've known each other for a long time, so on a personal level, Paddy's a great guy, and it's great to see like good people doing good stuff. But from like a UK MMA point of view, like for such a small place, can have 4 champions. It's absolutely unbelievable. Well, it's a dangerous fight for Paddy, but I think it's winnable. It's definitely winnable, and I think Paddy's going.
Normally this stage here, I've got a lot of nice puppy fat on me and I'm not as cold at the minute. I'm absolutely freezing constantly. Low on calories compared to normally at this time of year. Big Tommy, heavyweight champion UFC, is coming to see us today. We popped down to his gym a few months ago, didn't we? And went to see him. I've done a little session with him and I had to scram with him after because I didn't have no fight coming up. We won't be going for no scram today. I'm sick on diet, lad, hard on diet. And I don't think he can train because of his eye, lad. I'm gonna have to see what his eye's like, lad. I'm fucking intrigued, especially after everyone giving him so much shit. Obviously he's got a bad injury in his eye. It just shows how fickle the MMA fan base is.
Beautiful, Jim.
Old, but he's not washed. Like he's 37, but he's not moving like Michael Chan. He's not holding the ball on the shoulder, doing the fucking PG-13 fucking washed animation. He's not washed. He's not washed, bro. You know what I mean? He has not shown this crazy drop off in his skill set. He's 4-1 in his last 5. If we're talking about the guys that he's fought. He has great striking, obviously better than Paddy Pimbeltt in the boxing. You know, very, very powerful calf kicks. I think those are going to come into play in this matchup. He's got big power in the hands. He's improved his boxing fundamentals and his footwork under Trevor Whitman. His defense has gotten a little bit better. And I would say in terms of him and Paddy, he's probably equal or more powerful on the feet in terms of punch power. He does have solid takedown defense. Like the weakness is the grappling, right? But we have seen him show a decent ability to be taken down and push off the initial takedown and get back up against guys like Michael Chandler.
The spotlight keeps getting brighter on Paddy Pimbeltt as we get closer to the Justin Gaethje showdown. His entire camp setup screams that this isn't just riding the wave of popularity anymore. This is methodical, focused work toward proving he belongs here. Listen to how Paddy breaks down the contract negotiations and timeline, and you realize something important. He was chasing this specific matchup way before any title implications came into play. That tells you everything about his mindset right now.
Okay, last time I seen you, lad, fucking now. Funniest when I come to your gym, lad, when I come to yours, I'd been out the night before, lad, to watch fucking Springsteen, lad, and got in at about 4:30 in the morning.
You know that mural after you spoke about it? They literally was a massive outcry in the town. Gotta get it down.
Take it down. Still going though. It's going strong, isn't it? It's been a bit of a long process because with eyes, like with other injuries, they just fix them straight away. With eyes, they try and let them, because it's obviously risky, try and let them heal naturally. So we're getting surgery on this eye, keeping me out for a little bit. Not sure how long just yet though. So got a meeting about it soon. So it's just been a slow process. It's been a nightmare to be honest.
Mate, 3 times he did it in 1 round.
I know.
I think the point of the thing should be sacked off. Just if you do twice in a round, then I get to do 1 back. I reckon that makes sense. They're the best one. Why is that? That's fair though, isn't it? First one's an accident, second one you're doing it on purpose, aren't you?
I train with little gloves on anyway, as you've just seen. I don't stand like
Tom Aspinall showing up at Paddy's training facility wasn't some random drop-in for social media content. This was pure business during crunch time. Picture this, Paddy's deep into a brutal weight cut, completely dialed in, and he's still bringing in the heavyweight champ to work. That's what happens when someone knows they're facing the biggest moment of their fighting life and refuses to leave anything to chance.
We've known each other for a long time, so on a personal level, Paddy's a great guy, and it's great to see like good people doing good stuff. But from like a UK MMA point of view, like for such a small place, can have 4 champions. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's a dangerous fight for Paddy, but I think it's winnable. It's definitely winnable, and I think Paddy's going.
Seeing these two training together shows you what real championship preparation actually looks like. No fake motivation or empty promises. Just two professionals who understand how quickly this sport can humble you. Injuries happen, close decisions go the wrong way, and suddenly the same fans cheering you are writing you off completely. Tom made something crystal clear during their session. Justin Gaethje represents serious danger for Paddy, but this fight is absolutely there to be won. That difference matters more than people realize, because career-defining moments come from taking calculated risks, not playing it safe for forgettable victories.
He thinks because his family have got money and he's been had everything handed to a plate on him for years. Oh, it'll just happen in the UFC. Lad, you're being told that he fucking pulled out that Islam fight with a bad back, when really he just couldn't make weight. He got offered to fight Gamrot and said no, and then took the most favourable matchup possible, Dan Upper, who can't grapple, to save his man's life. That's it. And he nearly guillotined him. It just shows how bad Armin's grappling is to me.
Oh yeah, he did.
I was watching that thinking, wow, if I get you in a guillotine, you are going unconscious. And he headbutted him at the weigh-in. If he would have cut him there on his forehead, lad, he was getting cut defo. Why would you headbutt someone at the weigh-in, lad?
I do think his grappling's good though, Armin.
His grappling is good, he's got good wrestling, but that's his main thing, is wrestling, and he wouldn't be able to hold me down.
Looking at UK mixed martial arts as a whole, this moment carries weight beyond just Paddy versus Justin. When you've got multiple world champions coming from one small area, it shifts how the entire region gets viewed internationally. This fight becomes another opportunity to prove that UK talent belongs in the conversation with anyone on the planet. Paddy's approach to this whole situation shows someone who gets it. He talks openly about wanting Justin earlier, about fights falling through, about how unpredictable this business can be. Nothing about reaching this point was guaranteed or given to him.
The way for Justin Gaethje to win is going to be his left hook, his cracking left hook, the way obviously Paddy Pimbeltt floats his chin a little bit. So let's take a peek here, see if anything sticks out. This is Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimbeltt, and this went down April 12th of 2025. And Paddy finally looks like a real lightweight. He looks stacked. He's got big legs, he's got big calves. He's obviously a great grappler. So let's see here. See if he makes some mistakes. Michael Chandler's pretty short. He's not a giant guy. He seems pretty small for 155, but dense and explosive. Okay, here we go. 349 round one. Michael Chandler starts putting the pressure on him, getting back to the fence. He whiffs on a kick, and gets taken down here. Let's take a peek at that again. He goes low kick, and Michael Chandler goes to catch it, swings through, gets an easy finish behind his back. Big mat return by Michael Chandler, explosive.
Then the conversation turns to Armin Tsarukyan, and Paddy doesn't even try to hide his irritation. He sees calculated career moves, where he believes in taking whatever fight gets offered. In his mind, there's a clear contrast between his approach and what he views as more selective, safer choices from others in the division. Paddy's take on wrestling credentials is interesting too. He believes that having a wrestling background and actually controlling someone through chaos and scrambles are completely different skills. If he ever ends up in uncomfortable positions against someone like Armin, he thinks that discomfort actually works in his favor rather than against him.
Fight could look similar to this if it hits the mat. Paddy's going to have a big jiu-jitsu advantage. I know at their gym they do a lot of jiu-jitsu. He's very sharp on the ground. And again, when you're a wrestler and you get put on your back and you're not used to getting put on your back, your only way up is give up the back.
The expert opinions keep flowing in, and they're all over the place. Some analysts see major problems for Paddy if this stays standing too long. Others point out that messy grappling exchanges and scramble situations are exactly where Paddy does his best work, and historically, where Justin has looked most vulnerable. Tim Welch broke down how Justin's left hook and forward pressure could line up perfectly with Paddy's striking tendencies. Even with that analysis though, nobody's completely writing Paddy off, because once this hits the ground, everything changes immediately.
Oh man, you know the thing, I think Paddy is it's so weird because he's been around for a long time, and he's still slept on for some reason. Like people still kind of doubt. It's weird, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's like, I don't know, the look, whatever, but he's skilled, and every time he comes in and he shows progression. I think with Gaethje, people know that he's a banger, he's got heart. But I think another thing that people kind of sleep on too is how technical Gaethje is, especially you know, working with his coach. Like those guys they're always mathematicians. You know what I mean? So I think in this
shout out Trevor Whitman.
Yeah, shout out Trevor Whitman. But I think I'm going Gaethje in this.
Here's what everyone keeps coming back to. Can Paddy consistently get this fight to the mat against someone as experienced and disciplined as Justin Gaethje? If the answer is yes, then the fight swings heavily in his direction. If the answer is no, then every second spent standing becomes more and more dangerous.
Paddy probably excels more than Justin Gaethje is his dynamic. Like if you push him against Gaethje, he's gonna do a flying triangle, right? We've seen Justin Gaethje get put to sleep by Habib. With that, I think the biggest thing is that if Justin Gaethje goes out there and pops that jab, like he always says, that pops that jab and throws a leg kick, then Paddy Pimbeltt is gonna have to make a decision. Is he gonna go in there and shoot a takedown, or is he gonna go in there and try to strike with him? I'm gonna go with Paddy on this one. I feel like Paddy's gonna get the submission. I think Paddy's gonna be able to submit him. But I could see Justin Gaethje, because Paddy Pimbeltt gets hit a lot. Yeah. Right, like when he fought Gordon, he got hit a lot. So he could take a shot, but can he take a shot from Justin Gaethje? Now Justin Gaethje's been in the game for a long time, been knocked out, been submitted. So we'll have to see, you know, where the fight goes. But if I had to make a pick, I like Pimbeltt in this one. Paddy Pimbeltt.
There's something I want to add to that. So
Khalil Roundtree jumped into the discussion about Justin's growth under Trevor Whitman's coaching. The point he made was important. Justin isn't the same wild fighter he used to be. He's patient now, calculated and controlled. That makes him a serious problem for anyone who tries to rush in recklessly without a solid game plan.
Lightweight title of the world, Ilia Topuria has stepped away. Justin Gaethje is back in his third title fight. It's his second interim title fight, but it's his final fight if he doesn't win. Justin Gaethje said if he loses to Paddy Pimbeltt, he's going to walk away.
One more knockout. I went to sleep. Before that, I'd never been put to sleep. If I would get put to sleep again, I would definitely call it quits.
Justin Gaethje has had an incredible career. Of course, he's been the interim champion before, never the undisputed. He lost to Habib. He lost to Charles Oliveira, but he has electrified and thrilled audiences all over the world. 26 wins, 5 losses. 26 wins, 20 by way of knockout. And he's knocked out some legends. People like Dustin Poirier. Fight of the nights with Dustin Poirier. Fight of the nights with Michael Chandler. Stopped Tony Ferguson in a one-sided savage beatdown, okay? And that was one of the last times we saw Tony Ferguson being a real threat inside the octagon, because Justin Gaethje just beat it out of him with accuracy, with power in his hands. He's got head kicks, he's got wild hooks, he's got beautiful uppercuts, he's got incredible wrestling, but he never uses it. And in this fight against Paddy Pimbeltt, he doesn't need to use it. He would be a fool to use it. You don't want to shoot in on Paddy Pimbeltt.
But then you've got voices like Demetrius Johnson pushing back on that narrative. He focused on how much people still sleep on Paddy's ability to use cage pressure and turn it into submission opportunities. One scramble can completely flip a fight that looked finished just moments before.
Dangerous matchup for Paddy Pimbeltt, but I also think it's one he can win. I think over 5 rounds, Justin Gaethje might make a mistake. He does have more experience, but he has maybe slowed down a bit. The fact that he says that this is going to be his last fight if he loses, that's never good to hear. I'm not saying that he's got one foot out the door, and I'm not saying that he's not motivated, because anytime you say, I'm not fighting again after this one if I lose, well then you make sure that you go the extra mile and leave no stone unturned, and you leave no excuses. You push yourself in training camp. So I think it's going to be the best version of Justin Gaethje, and that makes it even more dangerous for Paddy Pimbeltt. I do think, though, that over 5 rounds, given how dynamic Paddy Pimbeltt is, given how disciplined he is, given that Scousers don't get knocked out.
Michael Bisping had maybe the most interesting take on the whole matchup. He framed it as a fight where mistakes matter more than pure dominance. Justin's losses usually come from small errors late in fights, and those errors tend to lead straight to submissions. That makes Paddy's patience and unpredictability especially dangerous over 25 minutes. When you strip everything else away, this feels like perfect timing meeting identity crisis. Justin brings experience, power, and relentless pressure. Paddy brings chaos, confidence, and the willingness to drag fights into places where anything can happen. The whole thing balances on one mistake that neither man can afford to make.
Paddy, but like the thing with Justin Gaethje that's making me like, bro, I cannot pick Paddy to win this fight. This he's not Khabib, bro. He's not Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway. These are the guys that have beat Justin Gaethje. I don't think he is as quick or as sharp or as accurate or as powerful on the feet as Charles Oliveira or Max Holloway. I think he might have more straight up like punch power, but he's not on their level in terms of striking skill, speed, or defense either. Let me just say that, right? And as for his grappling, his jiu-jitsu is insane, but he doesn't have the wrestling of Khabib. He doesn't have the wrestling of a Charles Oliveira unless he hurts you, right? And I think his defense on the feet is so suspicious, bro. Like, just so cool. I'm just remembering the Jared Gordon fight, thinking about that shit. He keeps his hands low in exchanges. He's open to being countered in the boxing exchanges. And Justin Gaethje, this is one thing I said at the gym, and the boys didn't really get what I meant, but like, I think you guys understand. Gaethje's old, but he's not washed.